Bitcoin is creeping back up as the bull market continues in stocks and risk on. What a move up. It continues up. I did want to show you guys a potential measured move here of what is interesting on this.
Gareth Soloway talks Ethereum and Bitcoin all-time highs, price targets, and market setups. Stay tuned to see where prices head next.
Big thing here is just follow this. 123,200 to 300. That's your topping tail high. Again, on technical analysis, if you close above that, it negates the bearishness of the topping tail and it frees the chart from that encumbrance. So just keep that on your radar. Everything underneath, listen, the odds aren't amazingly strong to the downside, but it would be greater than 50% that this would roll over as long as you don't have a daily close above that level. Ethereum, look at this push on Ethereum, guys. What a move up. It continues up. I did want to show you guys a potential measured move here of what is interesting on this. If we take a look at this here, right? So we have this bull move, and then we drag this up. Look at where we are. So we are coming into some resistance. This would be considered a measured move, which again could be resistance. And then also on the daily chart, look at this. We're on the weekly. I flipped over to the weekly. We're approaching the all-time high. So you are starting to get into an area here where you could see some profit taking, double top, and the measured move. But again, Ethereum is the new hot commodity, right? It's a new hot topic here, and money is flowing in. You will get a pullback, though. There will be a pullback. For those of us like me that are swing traders, there's opportunity here. But again, just be aware that use the technicals appropriately. Solana, also getting a bull move here. Look at this beautiful parallel. Solana should head up to about 214 to 215, and then I would expect it to run into major resistance, high pivot, and high pivot. Tells me that this will likely be resistance. Gold, let's go to gold here. Gold, small, maybe inside bar, bearish flag consolidation after being rejected here. Again, if it breaks above 34.15, okay, bull play on to all-time highs. As long as it stays below here, odds favor a continued rollover.
Crypto millionaires are moving to the UAE for tax-free profits, clear regulations, strong infrastructure, government support, and elite residency options. The country imposes no personal income tax or capital gains tax on crypto holdings. Most crypto transactions are also exempt from value-added tax, allowing investors to trade or cash out without losing profits to the government. Dubai and Abu Dhabi lead the regulatory effort. Dubai's Virtual Assets Regulatory Authority licenses exchanges and platforms, while Abu Dhabi's Financial Services Regulatory Authority focuses on institutional compliance. RAK has created the RAK Digital Assets Oasis, a dedicated zone for Web3 companies. These frameworks give entrepreneurs confidence and legal clarity. The UAE also offers advanced infrastructure through free zones like Dubai Multi-Commodity Center and Abu Dhabi Global Market. These hubs provide legal structures, business services, and access to funding. High-speed internet, 5G networks, and cloud services ensure operations run smoothly. Residency is another draw. The Golden Visa program grants 10-year residency to investors, entrepreneurs, and professionals. It allows bank accounts, property ownership, and family sponsorship without a local sponsor. Safe cities, modern amenities, and global flight connections make the UAE a secure and convenient home base. Combined, these factors are pulling a growing share of global crypto wealth into the country.
We'll get the PPI data. We'll see if the producer side is showing inflation. Now, remember how this works. It usually starts in the producer side, meaning that the producers of goods feel the inflation first, and then eventually they pass it on to the consumer. So that's why the PPI is important to watch tomorrow. In addition, this CPI data that came out essentially put it to a lockdown that we will see a rate cut in September. In addition, there is now 3 rate cuts potentially estimated by the Fed Watch tool going into year end. So again, it's amazing to watch how the data and the mindset of investors has now flipped from what Jerome Powell just said a couple weeks ago to basically saying, he was saying he was very cautious about inflation. Yet this CPI number, which even this core minus food and energy did show an uptick in inflation, but the markets have made up their mind. They're going for a rate cut in September. In fact, I want to show you guys this. So what we're going to do here real quickly is flip over to my homepage here. And again, the reason I'm doing this is because I want to show you guys, if we scroll down, there's a couple things. So number one, there's the inflation data right here. Where was inflation? Let's click on this and take a look. So you can see that this is why the CPI data was muted. Gasoline falling 9.5% in the month. And now remember, that's why the regular CPI, which takes into account food and energy, was basically in line or slightly better. This is really important, guys, because if you look at the rest of the CPI, you can see, again, there's a lot of inflation here. A lot of inflation, but this really anchors it. And that's why, again, when we got the core number and you remove food and energy, i.e. gasoline, you actually saw inflation upticking. So things like that are very, very important to take note of. In addition, we can go down even further here. Let's go back to the homepage, scroll all the way down to the Fed Watch tool. And if we click on the Fed Watch tool, look at this. The market is now basically saying as close to 100% chance of a rate cut in September, 99.9% chance. I don't know if I've ever seen that, folks, this far in advance. We're basically a month plus out, and the markets, again, are saying there is a basically no chance of no rate cut. We are going to get a rate cut in September. And then look at October. October is actually close to 70% for another rate cut. And even December, the December meeting is favored to see a rate cut as well. So again, these type of things, you have to pay attention. You may say, wait a minute, why did the markets rally yesterday? Number one, the economy, yes, it's slowing. The jobs market is slowing, but we are seeing, again, inflation, at least to the investing public. They're not concerned enough, and then they're rejoicing over rate cuts that the market is now pricing in. Now, the question is, on the charts, does this change anything?
Spotting altcoin pumps early is difficult, but ChatGPT can help you research smarter and filter the noise. By using clear prompts, you can direct ChatGPT to find coins with strong fundamentals, active teams, and upcoming catalysts. You can also ask it to track social sentiment from platforms like X, Reddit, and YouTube to detect sudden spikes in attention. Pair ChatGPT's analysis with real data from CoinGecko, LunarPrush, or DEX tools. This helps confirm whether a token's buzz is backed by volume, liquidity, and real activity. Watch for consistent mentions, positive sentiment, and credible project updates before adding a coin to your watch list. Stay alert to red flags. Coins with anonymous teams, low liquidity, or overhyped promises often lead to losses. ChatGPT can help identify these risks by checking for scam-like patterns or suspicious promotion. Use ChatGPT as your research assistant, not as a crystal ball. Combine its insights with verification and patience. This approach gives you a better chance of spotting real opportunities before the crowd. If you have been watching so far, thank you so much for watching, and do not forget to subscribe to BitcoinZella for daily news all for free. That's all for today's video. Until next time.